Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. If you tuned in online, welcome to UNI Radio. It's been a while since we broadcast on a Friday night. I'm going to have something completely different for you this evening. It's not going to be unsigned singer-songwriters, but even though we have one, the amazing Geraint Rees, who's going to give us some musical politics in a bit. It's all to commemorate Gemma June Howell and her book, Rock Life, 17 Poems from the Welsh Valleys. I wasn't prompted then at all, you didn't see any of that, did you? So, this will probably be the last you hear from me till the very end. I'm going to hand over to Gemma. It's been a bit of a journey, hasn't it?
Oh, it has.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes, it has.
But the journey's nearly complete, and fair play to people. I'm going to leave it to Gemma now to introduce who's coming on, what the order of the show is, and we'll be here till 10.
Thank you very much, Scott. I'd just like to say a massive thank you to everybody who's turned up today to support me in the launch of my book. Firstly, I'd like to say thanks to Jenna as well for illustrating the book. Jenna Murphy, Murphy's Arch, she's done a brilliant job, I'm sure you can all agree. Woo! And I'd like to say thanks to Scott as well from UNI Radio and all the acts as well who are going to be performing tonight, so thanks very much for that. So basically tonight what it's going to be a night of performance poetry and then music at the end. It's going to be street meets culture, highbrow culture, so hopefully there'll be no fights at the end of the night. Basically, first of all, we've got coming up first, we've got Lazarus. Some have called Leon Lazarus the Prince of Darkness of the Cardiff performance scene. But there is both light and dark in his words, seemingly, as he peers into the gaps formed by the fractures in our lives, sensing both the hope to find precious love and lonely fear of never finding if it can awaken the monster in all of us. So can we welcome to the stage, give a massive round of applause for Leon Lazarus.
Hello. Today I'm gonna do some love poetry because that's what I'm into really. So we'll just roll with that. Okay. So the first poem is called Empty Chair. Today I took the longest route around to meet you. Through a roulette of traffic, I picked your number. Eyes keep closing, stirring like pendulums. Not seeing by my sides, my conjurer's hands were still, not noticing with alarm that dead bird we'd found together was gone. Where once I ran and scattered pigeons just to be with you, today the sky detains me and I can't wake up. Eyes keep closing in a sorcerer's dream, all seeing, but only back, the careful spell thread cut, unravelled. How is it I cannot turn and bring myself to face you? That day I took the longest route around to meet her, and as I neared the cafe, I juggled her excuses like honey-soaked knives. It started to rain and I was haunted by invisible kisses. I turned home. I couldn't imagine her being there. I was a ghost she no longer believed in. Okay, next. This poem is called My Heart Has the Pride of the Sun. My heart has the pride of the sun, for it dries all contempt, that river flowing freely. My eyes fill with tears, and I recollect the colours and shapes of all fishes. Fisherman lost, give me your rod. How deep is the blood? Sink down, down to your knees before the sun. Tomorrow brings the rains again. This is an untitled poem. So, cold, sharp fuse, licks away acid. Tongues turn themselves into frog legs. Denial talons, blood trickles, tastes bitter. Can't jump, no room, wrong species. Sudden emerald, light simmers, love summers. Hindsight, no flower in between. This is a poem called A Pearl. A pearl. Around the corner from some public toilets, sat on a bench near a public phone, a pearl wedged in a crack of paving. A pearl shone from a crack in pavement next to my shoe. Too embedded to free with ease, a ball bearing under my skin. With a pen I dug and pushed and pried you free, took you home and found a box for you. At times I take you out, hold you to the light, roll you between fingers, feel the hardness still there. You could have been lost there forever, but I found you. This is called Unlocking Herself. They tell me she's manic depressive. Then why is her music so good and her hair so shiny? And when she unlocks herself with grandma's rusted set, bearing nonsense, flasher-like, crawling up walls out her window, why get word horny, trying to puzzle out meaning? And at night when I pass her bed, why does she stare up so hard at the stars? What do they tell her? Does she gain strength from their glistening frankness? Or do they wink coldly, like the indulgent tattooed face of a man she once knew? So this is my last poem tonight. This is called I Heard a Bell. I heard the bell and followed it, realigned my lifeline. I'd found a fault and followed it. I'd crawled into a precipice. I found a hole and hollowed it, crawled into the sunshine. I found a flame and swallowed it. It stopped the bluebells ringing. Thank you, everybody.
Oh my God, thank you so much for coming this evening, Lazarus. I'm sure we all really enjoyed that. I did anyway. I do actually really love your stuff. I think it's really deep and profound. Anyway, what we've got next now is my personal great friend, John Brooks. He's going to read from his new book, which is called Book. So could you please welcome him to the stage, please, with a massive warm round of applause, John Brooks.
I'm just thinking, we're like two halves of Val Doonigan, me and Leon. Him and his jumper and me sitting down in the bathroom.
Remember Val Doonigan, anybody?
Yeah. That's a long time ago, no? Yeah, the book. I thought somebody had to write a book called Book, so I did. Okay, this one's called The Crescent. It's a sort of memory, a bit of a fictionalisation of a memory of not long after I moved to Cardiff, some nearly 30 years ago. The Crescent. The house. Fucking hell. Reminds me of me. The Crescent. Can't read this. No light. The houses here are large and tall, with servants' bells on every wall that haven't rung for 50 years. Each house contains a dozen souls who meet each other in the hall and smile and nod and close their doors. On the map, the mail piles up and for people who have long since gone or not yet come or don't exist, and no one thinks to send it on or send it back, but riffle through it for a check and let it drop. And if a bell rings and it's not Jehovah's Witness or the gas, a score of ears will follow feet along the passage, up the stairs, and if they hear a woman's laugh, a dozen hands will reach and turn their steaming socks in case they burn, and think a bit and sigh and nod, say lucky sod and turn the telly on. And when we go alone. without goodbye into the rain. For in my mind always the rain soaks the dark Glamorgan stone and beats upon the window panes, and always thin the channel wind among the privet and the bins to bear along where life is gone, and always night is coming on. This one. It's rather quite not easy. Oh, the old teachers. I'll do the old teachers. The old teachers. This is a bit if you went to school in the 50s and 60s, a lot of your teachers would have been rather maimed people who've gone through the war and often scarred in one way or the other. So this is just a poem to the old teachers. On prosthetic limbs they marched, all decked in DSOs, the old soldiers, our ruined masters, heroes of the beastly Burma line, Arnhem and El Alamein. Bristling and intemperate men, or haunted men with tearful eyes, what did we care for your gongs and things, with Hendrix making music with his teeth, and Leicester Square alive with purple loons? A youth that falls for its own fictions, where is that? The bell has gone, the inky schoolrooms are all out of bound, and I at your age now, as you were then, am as ridiculous as you were then to me. My teeth wobble and my hair comes out. I'm even respectful of DSOs. Alf James, Jock Patton, Freddie Bones. Each generation is a lost generation, wave succeeding wave, indifferently breaking. And now that we, the blockheads of 4C, are on a wave that in its turn is soon to break, can we reach our metal hands across the years and shake? And one more, I think, you deserve. Just so you had enough, put your hands up.
No.
Yeah. Oh, here's one. I'll do two very short ones. A drawer of fossils, being in the museum. I climb the marble steps and push the door, and hear my footsteps cross the museum floor to the stairs and gallery 4. Here and there, children sit with crayons and a questionnaire, each careful eye and concentrating frown, proving nothing's old or tired beneath the sun, which proof propels my squeaking footsteps to our maple drawer of fossils rendezvous. Very, very quickly. Oh Lord. She sat in a first-class carriage, reading The Lord of the Rings. The train being full, I went in and put my bag up with her things. I sat in a first-class carriage, reading The Lord of the Flies. A fat man went past, then came in and put his bag up with ours. He sat in a first-class carriage, reading The Lord of the Isles. A folk duet passed, then came in and put their legs out in the aisle. They sat in a first-class carriage, singing The Lord of the Dance. The train sped on to London town, where I changed and went to France. Doing well.
Thanks so much, John. Brilliant. And John's book is available to buy as well on the store later. Right, so now it's my turn. So basically, this book that I've put together, Rock Life, 17 poems from the Welsh valleys, is kind of based on, it's kind of a labour of love, really. And I've been writing these poems for a long time now, since like 2008. When I did the MA in Swansea, and it was Nigel Jenkins, who's passed away now sadly, he was the one that pushed me really and championed me to write them. They're all about the lives of people who were from Graig a small council estate just outside Caerphilly in the Rhymney Valley, and they kind of, hopefully, they kind of show the realities of life and the stigmatisation and the layered barriers that a lot of people kind of that are in the way of people's lives, basically. So I'm going to kick off tonight with a poem called Rude Boy Rumination. Sorry, it has had a few title changes. So. He spits, thick green flob sours concrete floor, nicotine tongue lips silence lips in a desperate attempt for moisture. His puffing muckers huddle in the harsh light of the flats where they hang. Outside, slag heaps soften his pebble-dashed prison, a wasteland built to ensnare his grandfather, a miner who had slogged to make his country great, to give his kids the chance he never had. The wasteland, a law unto itself, aptly named The Rock, with a patronising nod to the classic greats Dickens, Milton and Keble in the street name signage. Great Expectations, a shit school book. He only knows of hard times and the Dickens Court flats, a place to go, to smoke, to drink, to forget. His eyes shot blind, he sees no more than a graffitied wall. As concrete wall, graffitied graveyards scratched with the rapper boy tags who had lost before they were even born. The Rock, one way in and one way out. Damage control built to contain the blue bloodthirsty miners, and now a ghetto for their wasted grandchildren. Rude Boy waits for his toke on the circulating bomb as Tupac's truths boom from the beatbox. His brother from another mother sets his mind on fire, all eyes on him. And he exhales, and his trainer soul slips from the dirty foot stripe printed on the wall. His thoughts, once sat in smog, grow large, and he spits again on the step iced with phlegm. He jumps the heap of empty flagons and blown spew chunks. High and wired, he inflates a master spirit, then pushes open the beat-up door. A fresh blast hits him sharp like the nub from a nunchuck. He looks up to the stars, then beyond the sagging slag heaps, still proud and black on the landscape. I'd just like to add as well that I published this collection of poetry because nobody else would, right? And you're going to know why now with the next poem. This one's called Benefit Fraud. Benefit fraud. What you on about fraud? No ifs, no buts? What the fuck? I haven't done nothing. Honest, I haven't. You bastards owe me 2 fucking weeks. You were the fucking fraudsters, but not me. I got no one living here. Just me and my nipper, like. What are you gonna do? Stop my money because some old bitch told you I had a woman, yeah? Aye, my sister. She babysits every Friday, like. I told you this before. Check your computer. What are you gonna do? Stop my money? Because I like bollocks. You already took 50 quid off my housing. Crisis loan. I paid it all off, man. I got the letter here somewhere. Hang on a minute. Bollocks, like. I'll go to your boss then, see what he says. No wonder you can't do your fucking job then. Working? I haven't worked since 1993 when they closed the factory. No jobs around here, but you should know that, man. I live in the valleys. Who's going to employ me? Get on a bike to Cardiff? You think bikes, buses, trains are free? Oh, but just listen to me. I'm not the one who's thieving you. It's the government, see? You were the fucking fraudsters, but not me. You owe me, but I need that fucking money. Right. Where's this frog in my throat come from? Like all of a sudden, it hasn't been here all day. Right. This one's called Another Bun in the Oven. And I was lucky enough to get paid 50 quid for this, and I've been writing it since 2008. So this appeared in the Blood Axe anthology for the Raven Beauties. What was it called again? Hallelujah for 50-foot women. It was called. I got 50 quid for it. Like chuffed. Anyway, here it is. Another Bun in the Oven. Alright, name's Rhiannon, and I live on the Rock. I love drinking cider and I love sucking cock. I want to be in college, but I got a little kid in the creche they got in college ain't that fucking big. My mother won't help me because I nicked her telly, and my old man is a prick, he punched her in the belly. Nuts in school I was, chucking chairs and selling fags. Expelled at 13 I was for robbing the teachers' bags. It was for the best though, I was pregnant with Levi. Missed all of my exams I did, to my life I said goodbye. My fella's shagging round, it's been going on a while. This baby's about to drop soon, we'll go on Jeremy Kyle. So I hang around the shops to see who he's shagging. All the boys come on to me thinking I'm out slagging. My boobs are fucking killing and my belly's rock hard. Bastard doesn't give a shit now he's with his new tart. Another kid, another gyro, is that all we are worth? Isn't there more to this your life than giving fucking birth? Another drink, another fag, another spliff or pill. We are fucking humans, you're not pigs in fucking swill. Cheers. I'm glad you like that one. Okay. This is a recent one, so it might be a bit shit in some areas. Oh, am I allowed to swear?
No.
Sorry, I just thought then. Oh, I completely forgot we were being recorded. Anyway. This one's called Mothers on the Door. Christmas is coming, the mothers are fucking skint. Kids want the latest, it's time for a robbing stint. Round the houses we go, door to door we knock. Everything's half price for the residents of the Rock. Got our puffer jackets set with rips in the pockets. Down to Newport Town we go to bump up our profits. In and out of shops like rockets, scouting the shop floor for the Christmas lists of stolen gifts for mothers on the door. Disney socks and Parker pens, Impulse and Link sets. Whatever else is on their list for their mouthy little shits. We make butties of security guards and dodge the many cameras, pretend like we are shopping for our anti-fucking Sandras. We lob jackets over alarms so the fuckers won't go off. We hide in pissy alleys if we get a snifter of the cops. Then we do the door-to-door, this time with our lifted stock, and barter with the mothers who complain the stuff is hot. And when all the stuff is gone, we have a little cheer, knowing we dodged the cop shop and that we are in the clear. We take our 100 quid or so and head to the pub to smoke and drink our profits, and if we're lucky, get a rub. Okay. Do you know what? I haven't even rehearsed this, and I haven't even decided which ones I'm going to do. So, it's a bit rubbish, isn't it? But, right. This one. This one's kind of like about like the drug culture, basically, in the council estate where I was from. It's kind of like a slippery slope, and they do say that cannabis is a gateway drug, and this kind of encapsulates that. So this one's called Dirty Pill. And funny enough, right, this was actually something that we used to sing along to Spice Girls' Viva Forever, right? So if you can imagine that in your mind as well. Right. I know, we used to sing this. Right. Can you still remember when we used to play round by the fish shop and in by the flats every fucking day? Smoking marijuana, nothing else to do, always on the lookout for something fucking new. Can you still remember nights on Valium, Tamazis or Diazis that you pinched off your mum, necking them with vodka and spewing up our guts, lying on the football pitch off our fucking nuts? Can you still remember picking Maggies up the field, eating them up there and then, laughing till we peed? Can you still remember sitting on that crate, blocking out the cold, downing vodka straight? Can you still remember that night on Dirty Packers? Yeah, we were proper off it, but dodgy little fuckers. We were in a club in Cardiff, slamming the dance floor. They told us to stop, but I wish we'd had no more. Alright then, okay. So, I don't know which ones to do now. Oh, this one. Right, this one's called Thanks to Her Majesty the Queen.
Three.
Way, God save the Queen. Okay. So glad that I can't even sing in that tempo normally. So. Must be the adrenaline. Right. Your daddy is a bastard. Your daddy's gone away. He won't be here no more, babes. He's gone on holiday. Daddy isn't here, babes. He's been a naughty boy. He's been had with grown-up sweets. Now go play with your toys. Daddy is alright, babes. He's gone to Taberbuys. He only tried to save for Christmas. Lord only knows he tries. We'll go and see him soon, babes, when the weather's better. Or if we can't do that, then we'll send him a letter. Daddy's coming home, babes. Now he's done his 4 years. Says it's out of order. We've done more than Peter Perv. In Daddy lovely. Now he's toned and buff. Just no more grown-up sweets for him. Enough is enough. In Daddy gentle. No, he's not so rough. He only wants the best for you, but sometimes things are tough. The door linked enough's here and our heads are in the shed. Mammy's on the happy pill. She'd rather stay in bed. He never got his grades, babes, so you must work harder and get to college, babes. Do better than your father. Oh, Daddy is a bastard. He's gonna miss parole. Silly Daddy, what's he like? The pigs will have a ball. Daddy is a dick, babes. Got himself seen. Off on holidays again, babes. Thanks to Her Majesty the Queen. God, I think I might have missed the poem out of the book. Oh no, I haven't. Wait. This year. Right. How much longer have I got?
Ages.
Ages. I got a story as well, but yeah, okay. Okay, job seekers disagreement. Disagreement. Slept in past 12 again today. The bailiffs woke me up. There's no milk in the fridge again, and I can't find a clean cup. Stuck in this council flat all day, getting smashed with friends. Haven't got the money for fags, so we make do with dog ends. The factory where we used to work closed down with no forewarning. They moved to China way back now, where new industry was dawning. So on a new deal course I went to polish up some skills. After that I was on the sick, addicted to happy pills. Stuck in this council flat all day, shoveling beans on toast. Watching Jeremy Kyle repeats could murder a Sunday roast. Applied for a bar job in Spoons and searched for work on the net. Applied as an office monkey, but nothing has come up yet. I typed up a recent CV and blitzed it like confetti. If no one wants my services, I'll burn my fucking certi. Went to sign on last Thursday again, got sanctioned on my money. They say, you broke the job seekers agreement, checked the job section Tuesday instead of Monday. So obviously I was tamping, and all I said was, this is wank. And now I'm banned from there and living off the food bank. Thank you. I keep forgetting you're all here. I think I'm in my bedroom, like. Pissed up on a bottle of wine. No, I don't do that at all, by the way. I've got a child. I have a child. I'm responsible. I say, as a swigs and lager. This one's called Can't Be Fucked Like. My mother, she says, get out of bed. It's 12 o'clock, but I can't be fucked. She says, get up and get a job, you lazy sod, but I can't be fucked like. She says, give up the dope and make something of yourself, but I can't be fucked. She says, you want to end up like me, stuck in a factory for the rest of your life? Give up the dope, get up and get a fucking job, but I can't be fucked like. She says, if you don't get up, I'll chuck you out, my boy, but I know she never would, and I shout, can't be fucking fucked like. Alright, excuse me. Alright, she says, stay there. End up like your father in prison. That will serve you right. Alright, ma'am, I shout. I'll be down in a minute. And when the front door slams, I turn over. Right. And I think what I would do now is I will thank you very much. Thank you, friends. I'm so glad you're sat there. So glad you're sat there. I just feel like I'm talking to you. I can't see anyone else. No offence to anybody else. Thank you all so much for coming. I really appreciate it. Awesome music coming up in a minute. I swear, brilliant. It's going to be brilliant if you're not here for the poetry, but yeah. Anyway, I'm not doing myself any favours. Right, this one now, right, it's very traditional. It was actually supposed to be a ballad, but it's not. Technically, it's not a ballad because I couldn't get the syllables right, but I should be telling you, anyway, I should just get on with it. This one's called Abide the Boss's Law. At dusk we gathered by the clock, the whole village had turned out. Stood there in the ice-cut air, we'd no longer go without. Our women cradled flasks of tea while we clasped wooden sticks. The kids looked on with hungry eyes, we miners had thrown down our picks. Our babies wailed with bellies weak, our wives did not retreat. They suckled them there by the clock, stuck to us like fat on meat. But soon they'd have to go on home and put the babes to bed, to hear the cries come from the streets and pray their men weren't dead. See, coal runs through our hearty veins, the pits sunk with our bloods. The fat cat gets to drink the cream while we make do with spuds. We stood with weapons in the air, the battle was now near. The beetles scuttled over hills, but we had no fear. Though starving half to death out there, our wills were as strong as iron. We wouldn't take this lying down, each man with the heart of a lion. The beetles came out of the dark with truncheons overhead, to bash upon the skulls of men and leave us all for dead. Upwards they rose and down they fell, as neighbours came to fight. We all joined in the battle there, as workers we'd unite. But the next day brought a compromise, as we were beckoned back. Pride was more important for some, while the starving began to crack. Our wives in turmoil needed food, yet some men had not budged. We left our wives with pantries bare, to the general store we trudged. And the general store had empty shelves and credit was sky high. So up to the colliery pit we strode, to our pride we said goodbye. And now we work for less than half of what we got before. We had no choice, we must survive and abide the boss's law. Okay then, since we've got 15 minutes, what I will do is I'll give you something from inside the treacle. I know it looks like a magazine. I have nothing to do with the production of this, but fair play to Tom Cheeseman, right? That picture on the front of it is actually a picture of inside of a purple bong, which I thought was pretty cool, and I do like the font. I would have changed so much though. But you can download this for free. Or you can buy it, and all of the proceeds go to the Swansea Bay Asylum Seeker Support Group, which I think they really need it at the moment, yeah? So you can buy it, but it is a tenner. £9.99, to be precise. But I'm just gonna have a little sip of lager before I do this one, okay? Because it's, I wish we could smoke in here, I swear, I'd love a fag. Honestly. What do I need to do? Want me to sit down?
You drink on
Oh yeah, I will, yeah, good idea. Okay. This one's called Jumping Jack Flash. Terrible name. Terrible title. I'm so rubbish at titles. Like, if anybody wants to suggest any better title for this, I'll rewrite it, right? Okay. Phone rings. Armstrong wakes. It's Friday, 7:30. He peels a teenager off his chest. He pulls on jeans, picks up a chippy from the ashtray, lights it. He goes to the bathroom, looks in the mirror, his tan is fading. He pastes his toothbrush. The teenager appears in the doorway. She watches, tea in hand. He brushes like it's a sport. He spits, rinses, gulps a tea, and pisses. Downstairs he's dressed. Car keys, fags, pills, puff and coke, all set, front door slams. Key in ignition, engine roars, he revs. Wheel spins out the drive. Drum and bass thuds, cruises the streets, lights stream green, no coppers about, too early yet. First stop, Jan's, 3 kids and a husband away on nights. Doorbell chimes, she appears in her robe, Chinese print, red. He slips in and out, they smoke a fag, no time for tea. Front door slams, drum and bass shakes the gravel, a couple of revs and he's off. Next stop, Jace's. A bed sit above the stag, always full, plenty of dollar. He pulls out a flip phone, rings a number, he's led up a fire escape. Inside, reggae blares, blanket of smoke, bopping heads. He's offered a can and a beanbag. He accepts and swigs half in one go. Half ounce of solid, a bag of green and 12 pills for later. He finishes the can, down the fire escape. A riot van sits at the end of the street, no insurance or tax. He slides in, turns off the system and pulls out quietly. Drives off in the opposite direction. Next stop, Pat's. No kids, just an Alsatian. Dog barks, don't bite. Pissy flat, clothes everywhere. 2 grams, she's clucking. A quick line and he's off. Back in the van, petrol's low. Quick stop at the BP, fills up, fucks off. Next stop is Mother's. He's doing it up. Painter and decorator by trade. The house is bare, carpet's going down today. No sign of the boys. He makes a call. Carpets? On our way, boss. He flips the phone shut, lights a fag, inspects the plastering. Boys turn up. He leaves instructions, does another line. Front door slams, back in the van, ripping up the streets, drummer bass thumping. Next stop, Evelyn, students, lives with her boyfriend, posh house. He knocks the door, no answer. He goes round the side, no answer. She appears from the bathroom, a towel wrapped round her. She lets him in, offers him tea. He accepts, she makes nice tea. 20 quid a skunk, he waits. He's got to pick his mother up from the hospital. She's having chemo. He feels the walls, checks the roof. A new build, she says. Cowboys, he says. Look at this. Subsidence, he says. This all parked will fall off in a year or two. She gasps. He gives her a solution. He's a builder by trade. He laughs. She laughs, sorry. Phone goes, sorry, I know this person. She laughs. Phone is just bringing back the memory. Phone goes, his mother, he's off, back door slams. Not far to go, just up the road, car park's packed. He parks on the corner, hospital stinks, farts and disinfectant. His mother sits waiting. All right, ma'am? She trembles. He picks her up, sees her to the car, puts on the seatbelt, click, turns the music off, drives a bit slower. She says nothing. He drops her off, music on. Next stop, Jeremy's, works all week, computer programmer, half day on Fridays. He rings the bell, house is small, no kids, no wife, no dog. He offers him a cheese sandwich, it sticks in his throat. He should cut down on the coke. Chat is minimal, 2 grams of Charlie. Keeps me going through the week, computers are boring, numbs the soul. This should help then, but get a nose full of that. 4 lines later, 2 each he goes. Back in the van, his phone rings. That bint from last night can't remember her name. She wants to know where the drink is. He tells her to get out. Next stop, home, to make sure she haven't nicked nothing. He revs the car, some slow cunt in front, honks the horn, beep, beep, 2 fingers from across the roundabout. He gets in, she's sprawled on the couch watching Diagnosis Murder, pissed up. Get out, he shouts. Picks up her stuff, chucks it out, then her, fucking liability, he mutters. He makes a spliff, his temper's gone. Phone rings, 20 minutes, he gets in the van, starts up the engine, up to Ruckers, up to the top, flies past the shops, mothers with kids, a few of them is, probably. He walks in, the door's gone, the house fucked up. What's happened to her then? Fucking missus last night. 2 ounces of Rocky, discount to knock out, a gram at top whack. The stuff is like gold dust. Off he goes. Next stop, the gate. Quick pint. He buys a knockoff MP3 player. Then he's off. Spliff rolled, hanging on his lip. Next stop, above the Indian. Tori opens the door in a black bra and knickers, stocking squeezing her thighs. He sits in the client's chair, a few lines of Charlie for an hand shandy. Down the stairs he goes, he fucking hates the smell of curry. Next stop, up to his kids, Ryan and Michelle, 8 and 12. He pulls up, can't park because some fuck is in his space. A BM, blacked out windows, M-Kit Series 3, cunt. Knocks on the door, no answer. Goes round the side, no answer. Some prick appears in the gateway wearing boxers, old enough to be her son. Kelly in? No, she's gone shopping. Where's the kids? In school. He goes, walks down the path, chest puffed up, jumps in the van and pumps up the tunes. Next stop, Derek's. He has to pick up. House is a dump downstairs, crammed with antiques upstairs. Derek sorts him out and gives him a tip on the GGs. Can't stop, things to do, people to see, and he's off down the bookies. Sticks 50 quid on jumping jack flash to win, comes in second. Old man's losing his touch, rips up his slip, jumps in the van. Next stop, home. He showers, shaves and shits, eats a microwave burger, next a can of Stella and he's off, spliffing gob. He drives up to the gate, every fucker's out, pint of Stella on tab, he sits in the corner, waits for the debts to roll in. Here's one, Wayne, staggers in with some bitch under his arm. Armstrong eyes him, too late for his escape. Alright, but what's happening? I don't normally see you on Friday night, just out for a drink. Listen, just save her, get it sorted by the morning. Wayne leaves, Armstrong lights a fag. Some woman looks over at him, he hasn't seen her before. Aye, go on then, Malibu and Coke, double please. He orders drinks, strokes her knuckle. I love your gold, she says, eyeing his collection. See this? He says, slipping a diamond ring from his pinky. Cost me a £10 deal. Are they real? Of course. Later, in the toilets, he fucks her. They do a line each and he goes, back in the van, next stop, home. Thank you. Right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for bearing with me with that poem story. Really appreciate it. I'll let set you all free now to smoke cigarettes and have a little mingle. So we're going to have a 15-minute interlude. Thank you very much.